What was your favorite Crucible meta? Hand cannons and shotties? Sidearms and snipers? Well, whatever you said, I can guarantee you that someone else holds the exact opposite opinion. And that's where we come to the problem. Balancing a looter shooter must be an absolute nightmare. 3 unique classes, each with 5 deeply customizable subclasses, using 56 different archetypes of weapons, each with hundreds of perks. And that's not even including exotics and mods. The combinations are basically endless, so accounting for each and every one to create a totally balanced ecosystem would be equally as impossible. No matter what you like to use, every other player has a different interpretation of what they find fun. Now, if you wanted a truly balanced meta, it would go down 2 possible paths, each with their own major issues. Option 1 would be to normalize everything down to equilibrium, where the base TTK is 1 second flat, modified by range limits, and all damage perks have the same multiplier. The issue that comes from that, we're basically back to year 1. If my current SMG is functionally the exact same as the new one coming out next season, you might as well just remove the looter portion, as there's no longer any reason for players to engage with getting new things. Totally fair and balanced, but the fun of the chase is gone. So option 2, we have ever-shifting metas. Now, this is closer to the current strategy, but as we know, this leads to snowballing and power creep. Certain SMGs are dominating at the moment, so to introduce another, it would need to be in some way better than the one currently in our hands. Well, SMGs have been too good for too long, so we're nerfing them. There's the other issue. You're now forced to change things up constantly to meet with the ever-shifting meta, and it introduces standouts that will inevitably need to be squashed down in an endless cycle. The looter aspect thrives because there's always something to chase, but the player population quickly gets frustrated with certain things being so dominant. That's just talking loadout. Abilities and uptimes are an entirely different issue that compounds with weapon balancing, as well as trying to keep some semblance of parity to the PvE portion of the game. We've seen it done before where tweaks have been made separately for the 2 modes, but there is a limitation on how much those 2 can stray before becoming completely different things. PvE and PvP are constantly at odds with each other when it comes to abilities, because one wants to be as uniquely powerful as possible, while the other wants things to be fair and even across the board. For all the things that make Destiny special, those are the same ones that create the greatest pain points. We love chasing new things that help us get it done better, but they're never going to stop creating new options, and with each addition to the spinning plates on a stick we call balance, it becomes more and more difficult. No part of me envies the teams working on keeping those plates in the air.